A follow-up to The Social Network is officially in the works, and while the movie is exciting, the sequel is missing the most important aspect that made the original so great. The Social Network is one of the most beloved movies of the 2010s, and while the sequel could be good, it is missing one piece that would make it a surefire success. Aaron Sorkin will be back to write The Social Network Part 2, with him reprising his role as the screenwriter of the first film. Interestingly, Sorkin will also be the director of the sequel, taking over the role of David Fincher from the original movie. Sorkin previously directed Molly's Game, The Trial of the Chicago 7, and Being the Ricardos. It isn't yet known who will be involved with The Social Network Part 2, outside of Aaron Sorkin. Sorkin has previously discussed his ideas for The Social Network follow-up, with him being interested in a Facebook movie tied to the January 6 United States Capitol attack. However, story details of The Social Network Part 2 haven't been officially announced. David Fincher was a huge part of The Social Network's success, and he won't direct the sequel. While The Social Network Part 2 could be great, not having David Fincher is a huge blow to the sequel. David Fincher was the director of the original The Social Network, with much of the film's success being credited to his directorial vision. The Social Network is often cited as David Fincher's best film, and a sequel without him doesn't feel right. Aaron Sorkin is a fantastic writer, meaning that the script for The Social Network Part 2 will undoubtedly be great. However, his scripts have always worked best when paired with a great director. A Few Good Men, Moneyball, and Steve Jobs have all proven this trend, and the movies that Sorkin has directed himself unfortunately aren't nearly as good. Molly's Game, The Trial of the Chicago 7, and Being the Ricardos have always been praised for their scripts, but the direction of the films is often cited as their weakest parts. Sorkin just isn't as stylized or as interesting of a director as Fincher, and this will be especially apparent when comparing The Social Network to its successor. Even Sorkin recognizes how important Fincher was to the original film. Originally, Aaron Sorkin said that he would only make a The Social Network sequel if David Fincher returned, which is a big statement thanks to Sorkin's excitement about a follow-up script. However, something has clearly changed Sorkin's mind, as he is now directing the sequel himself. Why isn't David Fincher directing The Social Network too? It may be related to Aaron Sorkin's career trend. News about The Social Network Part 2 is still fresh, so it hasn't yet been officially revealed why David Fincher isn't returning for the sequel. It could be that Fincher is simply too busy to return. He is currently working on the sequel to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and this could be what prevents him from returning for The Social Network Part 2. It could also be that David Fincher just isn't interested in The Social Network Part 2. Outside of Alien 3, which was Fincher's first film, the director has never directed a sequel. He may have said what he had to say in the original The Social Network, with him preferring to work on original projects rather than revisiting the Facebook story. The directorial switch in The Social Network Part 2 could also be caused by Aaron Sorkin. Sorkin has seemingly switched to directing his own scripts, as he has directed every movie that he has written since his 2017 debut with Molly's Game. Sorkin may want to bring his own stories to life now, with him deciding to take the reins from Fincher. There is a lot of speculation surrounding Fincher's role in The Social Network too, as many fans are surprised that the sequel is moving ahead without his return. An answer will probably be given someday, but for now, this question remains a mystery. The Social Network 2 is still very exciting, even without David Fincher. Despite David Fincher not coming back for The Social Network Part 2, the upcoming sequel is still exciting. Aaron Sorkin is continuously improving as a director, and The Social Network Part 2 could finally be the film that blows everyone away. Sorkin is still a much more talented filmmaker than the average director, but comparing him to Fincher is just setting him up to fail. Even if The Social Network Part 2 isn't as good as the original, it will undoubtedly have a fantastic script. Sorkin is one of the most talented writers working today, so a return to the world of his take on Mark Zuckerberg is exciting. Sorkin is clearly passionate about a sequel, meaning that he has something that he wants to say with The Social Network Part 2. A lot has happened in the world of Facebook since the first film was released in 2010, meaning that there is a lot of potential for a sequel. Sorkin's new script will undoubtedly be incredibly different from the first film, so there is value in a follow-up. The Social Network 2 will hopefully bring back other parts of the first movie. Jesse Eisenberg has to return. Even if David Fincher isn't returning, The Social Network needs to bring back the other parts that made the first movie so great. Notably, Jesse Eisenberg needs to return as Mark Zuckerberg. His performance in The Social Network is one of the best in his career, and it defines much of the movie. Thus, recasting Zuckerberg for The Social Network Part 2 would be a mistake. Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross did the score for the original The Social Network, and it would be a big deal for them not to return as well. Their iconic score helped to define the tone of the film, with the music in the film getting all kinds of praise. Almost any other composer would be a step down, so hopefully they come back for the sequel. There is also potential for other actors from the original film to return, although their roles in the sequel probably wouldn't be as big. Either way, Aaron Sorkin's The Social Network Part 2 has a lot of potential, and hopefully it is just as good as the original film.